Yo, what is good, guys? I hope you all had a fantastic last week as well as a fantastic weekend. My weekend, just a lot of partying. Went out to the bars with some friends. I threw a party and pretty crazy weekend. And I'm loaded with exams and finals this week, so it's been quite a grind. I did not make a video on Monday because on Sunday I wasn't really sure what the market wanted to be doing. So I waited till Monday, and then Monday was a little weird as well. So I waited till today, so I can really give you guys that better picture. And I promise you, I think you're gonna want to see what I have in this video because um, we're kind of at a flipping point. So make sure to watch this whole thing through. We're just gonna get right into it. So make sure to show it some love, give it a like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So um, everything's been going pretty much according to the plan, spot on with Bitcoin, oil, everything across the board. So we're just going to start off with Bitcoin. It finally broke out of that wedge we've been waiting for quite a while. I said it pushed back into the 20,000s. We're in the 20,000s again. And wedges like to retrace 50%, at least sometimes, but at least to the 0.382. Um, Rarely they stop here. It's through that. So they like to get to the point. This golden pocket is really at the 50%. So I would be targeting. It's kind of a wide range, I know, but these are the areas I would be looking at for Bitcoin to get to. So oil, we got a really nice entry on oil. As I said in my last video, I was waiting for that correction, and that's what we got. We got a very clear ABC down. Give me a second so I can put this up. So this is your ABC down, and how do you measure this? You take your fib extensions. I'll show you that right now. So uh, from the A wave to the B wave, yeah. So from the top, the start of the A wave to whatever that point. I'm just gonna put it up. So that gave you your bottom here, and if you were in the Discord, you know where we got in. Um, we really did snipe the entry here. We got in on, so it went underneath this fib level, and we got in on, I believe, this middle section, these candles right here, somewhere down here. So we really sniped it, and we've just been waiting because for seasonality, oil is usually bullish in the winter. I really don't have any concerns besides a recession, which would destroy demand for oil, and as a result would send oil down along with equities and everything else. So oil's been going perfectly according to plan right now. It's just kind of stuck in a range. Um, yeah, just stuck in a range. It's trying to break out high 85s is what it really needs to break, but has not been able to do that yet. So uh, just watching oil, I think it really could keep going. The next area I would be looking for is, I believe it's 90, 80, 89, 88. So right here. But yeah, we're just going to track it as it goes. So oil, really on the top of my list right now for what I'm watching. I got a pretty good amount in it. So DXY, what happened today? Something really important actually. So we broke out of this wedge to the downside. Now, you broke it to the upside and you hit that long-term trend line that goes back a couple years, but you shot underneath the wedge. So this is pretty kind of a pivotal area here because what do wedges like to do? They retrace, and this has, yeah. See what I'm talking about? The 0.382. I just talked about that on Bitcoin. 0.382. They like to get to the 0.382. So it's already there. It's a little awkward because it overshot it so much, but I think you get what I'm saying. So you could see more downside on the dollar. Simple as that. Apple, kind of confusing. Not too much I can really say point out, but this is quite a big volume node. So above this, you really see the volume drop off. So it could struggle to stay above. I would say around 152. I think it could be a problem for Apple to be above here because there's not a lot of volume up here. Tesla, very interesting. I didn't play this at all, but this in my last video I pointed out that it's been bouncing a lot from this region because um, we couldn't really pick up anything from demand and supply zone just because this really doesn't tell you much except that this is pretty much like a bell curve. Standard deviations where it likes to revert to, kind of like in this range bound, which you can see. It kind of like alternates between going through this middle section, kind of testing the outer ranges. So that's where we got a bounce from. You also had divergences, which was pointing to a bounce as well. So Tesla was pretty set up to bounce, as you can see, lower lows right here, and this was making higher highs or higher lows. So Tesla, you got a gap up here. I'm not really sure what I want to do right now. You have that center of the bell curve coming up, so kind of an interesting region. 2020 or 220 to 230 is a region I think you'd want to be paying attention to, and especially that gap that could have some incentive to get filled, maybe as well as this trend line. So there's something to watch on Tesla. I'm not really sure what I want to do from here. It definitely has room to go up, and the market going up would definitely help with that as well. Yeah, daily MACD just crossed through, so I could see this going higher. SPY, that's not supposed to be there. SOXX, this has been going exactly as expected, but it's coming up to a big resistance right here, this white line. We could get rejected there, I'm not sure, but you got two gaps here that could act as incentive. SOXS has gotten absolutely annihilated since the market kind of reverted, and you can see that it broke down out of this channel. You got a nice gap down here, so you could see more upside on SOXL, which I said you want to be watching. This is up like 30% so far, and it has not even broken out if it wants to break out. I'm going to show you on SPY. There is a scenario where this is a failed rally, and you could shoot to the new lows. So stick around. You will want to see that, I promise you. What am I looking for? This is what I'm looking for. So since like I called this out, it wasn't on that day, but I believe the day after that rally, almost 40%. So yeah, I told you, you're not going to want to miss out on it. It hasn't even broken out. It's just in this channel, and it's up 40%. So the VIX, very interesting. This you want to pay attention to because this can give you some insight onto what the market is kind of watching and what it can do. So on the VIX, I said it would cool off. You're in this region of a lot of congestion, all these resistances, all these trend lines, and so you couldn't get above there. You had these two dojis, and you couldn't stay above this trend line. I believe that was in my last video. And what do you have here? You almost have a 9 count. After 9 counts, you usually get a reversal, and just look for yourself. 9 count reversal, 9 count reversal, 9 count reversal. This is a 13 count. But you get my point here. You get your 9 counts and you usually reverse. So you're coming up to a 9 count soon. So you really could see a either I guess a relief drop because we're going up. You could get a relief drop, or this thing's gonna turn around and move back up, explode. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, it has to do with SPY, which I think we're ready to get into right now. So, I might have to start off with ES first. Yeah, I'll start off with ES. So, you might be able to hear my roommates. You're just gonna have to ignore that. So, ES, I'm gonna show you a video, my last video. So, this is me talking about where I thought it would go. Here, this could be the B wave. A, B, C, move up into that region. So, you already have two incentives to move here. You have this level, which is going to act as a diamond wall, and likely will be the top, as well as this 0.382 level. That also acts as incentive to retrace to, and this lines up with this macro count. So where are we right now? Well, look where we are. So here we are. What happens now is very pivotal. So I think I'm going to move into SPY. Yeah. So I kind of have to explain what has been happening so that I can kind of like you'll see. So the past few weeks have been very, very tricky because it has been stuck in this range for I'm not sure if this will tell me how long. A month. It's been stuck in a range for like a month. So, um, it kept switching between, it could drop, it could, start flying, and it got very tricky right here because this was like a breaking point. I believe it was this day right here. I think it was this day. I'm pretty sure it was that day where if it had gone any lower, it would start to sell off and fill that gap. It did not, and instead it started squeezing. So that was a pretty pivotal day. I think it was right here. I'm pretty sure. So uh, what has been happening? Well, there's a lot of strength on the daily. So we're just going to be looking at the MACD and RSI. It crossed over, both of these crossed over, so the momentum is shifting. And we have seen some incredible rallies every time this crosses over, and we've seen incredible drops every time this crosses over to the downside. So the momentum has shifted. I can say that positively, but I don't know if this can last. The momentum has shifted from around here. You can see that, but I don't know if that momentum can continue much longer. You'll see what I'm talking about. On the weekly, this is something very important you want to be aware of. Well, first off, the RSI is crossed over, so you're going to see some resistance at the 50, but for the MACD has not crossed over yet. So that is really important. It has not crossed over. Even though it's rallying, the momentum on the weekly has not really... The momentum shift on a weekly scale has not really been confirmed. So that's just something to note. Just keep an eye on that. So why do I have all these vertical lines? Well, in my last video, I explained to you what happens when the 30-minute MACD hits 3.3. Every single time. It reverses every single time. With the exception of August. But, even then you got a little downturn, but there's kind of an exception for this because you had a lot of CTAs buying, which is systematic buying of, it's usually like a set amount, and in this scenario, it was hundreds of billions. So, kind of, that's what I'm looking for, like exclusion. I don't know. I don't know. Let them. I can't talk right now. Okay, so as you can see, every other time this is really marked quite sharp reversal points, and these also came out of like wedges. So I don't want to spend a lot of time drawing these out, but I'm just gonna kind of give you an idea of what they look like. Most of you probably know what a wedge looks like, but just to kind of show you that all of these structures were the same. They were very like steep, just really sharp moves to the upside, right into when the MACD hits that top range. It cannot get past this, and it crossed over today. So what do I expect? Well, I expect a sharp reversal, and we have not hit the triggers for the CTAs to start buying. That's very close. That would happen in the 390 range, but it has not happened yet. So I would expect a sharp reversal, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a retrace or the top. So right now it's really kind of a questionable moment because this can continue. This can push into the 400s. It can push up to 420, 430, and then from there push under 300 to 250 to 290. Now that has to do all with Elliott wave theory. If you want to understand that more, a lot of people have been very interested in learning it in the Discord. I highly recommend getting in that Discord. See how it all works for yourself. Without Elliott wave theory, you really couldn't have sniped this bottom down to the minute. We were 4 cents off at the bottom, which you really can't do without Elliott wave theory. I'm not sure how else you would do it. I'm sure there is somewhere, but you get my point. So what else do I have to say? I don't have too much else to say. So I'm just going to explain the scenarios we have left. Actually, yeah, I think I'm going to end it off with that. So first off, I'm just going to show you some plays that we've been doing in the Discord. So far, we got in this range, we've just been kind of waiting. Very slow mover, we played RBLX. Well, actually, we kind of missed out on that, but that was one we were watching because that also is in a wedge. I'm not going to spend too much time on these, but I'm just going to show you the idea. So far in Roblox, we're on the top of my list. for imminent breakouts, and that's what's been happening. Right now, you're moving into that golden pocket. So Roblox could be topping you. It might not be topping, but point is, it broke out of that wedge, and that's why these two were on the top of my watch list. Just because, massive wedges. Wedges are my favorite patterns, and this is exactly why. So this is another one I'm watching. I had a really nice 5-wave count, 5 waves down. So you could be seeing that ABC up, retrace into these fib levels. You got some gaps there. That acts as nice incentive to retrace to. So now to end the video, we're gonna go back to futures, and I'm gonna explain my scenarios here. So this was in my video. I'm just gonna play this out so you can kind of see like my past thoughts play into now and how they still are intact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going lower. So I'm gonna explain this quickly. Wave 4, the wave I just drew, wave 4 cannot go past wave 1. So if it gets past, I guess it's the 380s, the mid 380s. So right here, this is wave, which wave is it? Right around here. So if it gets past like 3900, you could be seeing much more upside, because then it wouldn't be a 5-wave count down. It would be something else where you can go much higher. So I'm gonna keep playing this out so you can see the other scenario. So it's an interesting scenario because you need confirmation of where this wants to go. So I'm showing you my preferred scenario as well as the other scenarios. So you got your ABC up, and that would line up with this 5 waves down, but you can also move up to, this could be a gigantic correction here. So in the case that you already finished this downwards move, you get some like monstrous move, something like this. So that's the other scenario. The point is, I expect a retrace soon. As soon as tomorrow. You had bad earnings on Microsoft and Google today, so that could send us further down tomorrow. But I'm not exactly betting on that, because I guess we're just gonna have to go into the short term quick, so I can also explain this. So this is a very tricky area. It's kind of messy, mainly this area, because it's kind of hard to count the waves right here. But what this can be is either a finished wave count to the upside, so you immediately get your reversal. I'm just going to show you illustrate the ideas here. You're already setting up for your reversal, and before you go higher. Or this is a retrace. This down move that we're having right now is a very tiny retrace, and it's something like this. So this is your 4th wave down. That's actually not, ignore that, scratch that, that's not the right count. So this is the right count. Wave 1, 2, now this is an awkward area, so you're gonna, I'm not really a fan of this count, but wave 4 can't go past wave 1, so after that you move into the 3900. So very tricky area. All in all, I'm looking for a retrace, if not a little higher before a bigger pullback, and probably going higher if we do go higher before a pullback. I'll go over in my next video, which would be likely on Sunday. I'm going to be partying pretty hard, Halloween weekend, so I don't know how I'll be feeling on Sunday, because I'm going to be on a 3-day bender, bars on Thursday, having a party on Friday, house parties on Saturday. So it's going to be quite the weekend. Make sure to enjoy yourselves on this upcoming weekend. Live your life a little. So I don't have anything else to say in this video. We're just going to have to see how it plays out for the rest of the week, and see where it wants to go from there. So if you watch the whole thing through, make sure to show the video some love, give it a like and subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Peace out, guys.